Hello everybody, my name is Dimitris Kiriakou, and this is a tutorial on how to set up a quiz with questions and preview of how the student's experience will look like. In my previous tutorials, I have spent the time to create multiple type of questions in my three categories, part A, B, and C, which include multiple choice type of questions, true, false, matching, missing words, short answers, essay type, and drag and drop type of questions. Now, what we have to do is add those questions in our quiz. So this was the creation of the questions. We haven't included them in our quiz, in our exam. So what we need to do is go back to our front page of our course. So I'm using my CSC 233 course about that. I have created the quiz. It's waiting for us here. It's hidden from students. All that time I was creating the infrastructure, the categories, and the questions. Now I need to go and assign them. So you click on it, and you can see there are no questions being added yet. You can edit the quiz here, or you can edit the quiz from there. Once you edit it, you get this screen and you have to select what do you want to add. Now, as we have been instructed in the tutorial, Lucas and Miltiadis told us we have to use random questions, which is true. But I'm going to demonstrate first from question bank, because if you're going to be having a mock exam, and probably you may want to demonstrate how this works, you want to take them through step by step what type of questions they may get, you may want to use this option first. So I will demonstrate this, then I'm going to duplicate the test and create another test and duplicate the process by adding random questions. Okay, so I just had my mock exam today, and before I took them through the real test, I gave them a walkthrough. In order to prepare that, I don't want everybody to see a different question, right? We want everybody to see the same question at the same time. So I'm going to create the first version using from question bank. So it pops up and you can see all the questions we have created, all the questions. So I can just click here, question first, so I can sort them out in order, and then I can select all of them by clicking that button there. So by doing that, if you scroll down, you can add selected questions to the quiz. Again, this is not the final version. This is the version that we create in order to take them through first with some dummy questions in order for them to get an idea what the environment looks like. Now, we have headers here. So you may want to separate by part A, and you specify how many points is part A. Oh no, we say 10 marks. Enter. Total of marks is 40. So I need to set that to 40 as well. Okay, save it. Now, come all the way down, and right here where it splits between question B1 and A5, I'm going to click that button there and then a new section heading. So I will be dividing part A from part B. There you have it. So I'm going to click that and say part B. Did I have the word? Yeah, questions. I don't know, 20 marks. It's 10 marks. Actually, need to go and measure, count how many I have here marks before I decide what to say there. And we're going to be clicking shuffle, but not now. In the first version we are running, if you want to take your students through a walkthrough, don't click shuffle. So everybody at their house, they are seeing the same question as you when they run the simulation. So between C1 and B5, let's click that. A new section heading. So I'm going to separate part B from part C as well. Pretty much, whatever. Okay, so once you have that ready, You don't need to do anything else. Let's save it. This is for this one. So just leave it, come back to the front page of our course, and let's see. Let's take a preview of how the users will be going through their mock exam and their midterm. So once I make it appear for them, they will be able to also run it, but now they don't see it. Click on it and say, the quiz is not currently available. I think, yeah, that's because we've set it to be on a specific day. So I'm going to go to edit settings. I'm going to make it available now so I can run it. So timing, yeah, that's right. I've set it for in 2 days. So I'm going to disable this for now. But in, the real test needs to have a time opening and closing. I'm going to go save and return to course. So once I run it now, I click on it and then I'll get the option attempt quiz now. This is what the students will see as well. Once they click on it, it will be asking for the password, and you provide that using the chat as we were instructed on Monday. So test 1, 2, 3, Monday, Tuesday. When was the tutorial? Start attempt, and this is what they see. This is what they will see. Okay. Now, before I go on and explain the interface, I want to talk about this part right here. This is what I don't like. You get the left part taking a part of the screen. So can we remove that? And let me point out that if the user accidentally clicks on any of them, they're going to move away from the test. So what I can do is I can come back and go back to the settings of the mock exam, of the test. So edit settings, and you want to try this one right here. Let me see, is it here? Yeah, so under extra restrictions on attempt, where we set the password, click show more, browser security, select the second one, the third option, not the browser security. This one, we've been told it may be used in the final exams, but not now. But if you select the last one, full screen pop-up with some JavaScript security, and then save and return to course, see how much of a difference it makes. So remember, we have this panel right here on the left-hand side. So if I click on it and then start the quiz again, look at that. I now get the full screen. When I say I mean the students. I think it's much better. So they get the full screen to concentrate. It's not locked in screen, so they can click on it and accidentally go away. But the good thing is that once they answer a question, as we were told in the tutorial, if they go to a next page, this is recorded. So if I come back, it's been recorded. That's right here. So even if I go to the next page and then somehow, exit from it, oops, I made a mistake, let me go back, your answer is still there, which is very good. So the students see the question, they see the structure here that we have set. Remember, this should be randomly selected. For now, it's not. And they can jump to any question they like. They can go to number 2, they can go to number 8, they can go to number 13 if they like. Also, they can use the next page and then the previous page to go back and forth. And every time their responses are being recorded. So if I click next, or if I click previous, question 2 is being saved, which is very, very, very important. And it's notifying them that you have answered those questions. Another important thing, that if they go to a question and they don't know how to answer it, they can flag it. So it says it's a notification for them that they may go to next one and they want to come back and look at it later on. They don't see that edit question. they do see this, how much is marked upon. If they have been answering question 4, they get the navigation here. They can click that, so you get the full screen again. If they like to go next and previous, and they don't click that, they don't have that. Start a new preview, they don't have that. They have the finish attempt. So assuming they go on, and see all the questions. So I went through my students one after the other, and I have explained what is going to be requested from them to do if they see such a question in the term. See, they can, answer in any one of them. Go to the next. I have answered question 7. Same thing what we have seen before. So let's assume they go to the question 13, and I don't know, they answer it any way they believe it's correct. The button there signifies finish attempt. So in the last question, this one changes to finish attempt. If they go previous page, they have next page. If they go to the last one, they have finish attempt. They also have this link here, so they can jump to finish attempt while they're viewing any other question. They don't need to go step by step and then click finish attempt, although this is what we want them to do. So once they click finish attempt, it's going to tell them, this is a summary of your attempt. You have answered A1 and 2, you have flag number 3, not yet answered it, and it tells them all questions, what's the status. So 13, I have answered them. And you can click on any one of them and jump to that question again. So I've seen I haven't answered this one. All right, let me try. I think this is the answer. Go next page. So now it says that you have answered it. If I click the link, finish attempt, I'm going back to the same place. Once the student is ready to submit, they click submit all and finish. They get a confirmation, which is very important to understand that this is final. You submitted, it's done. Once they click submit all and finish, they get an extra step. This is what I confused my students today, so I have to explain it to them that this is a review. They don't have the chance of going back again. You see, these are locked. These are locked. You can't go back and do it again. It's just for them to review it. What have they done? So the only option is finish review. They have submitted it. So by clicking finish review, it goes back and it's done. They don't get the option to run the test again. Okay? Let me show you what happened behind the scenes as somebody was going through the test. So going back to the front end, this is in the guidelines that they sent us. You click here, you go more. You can get the live logs, which is very important. So live logs signify that you are what every student happened. That's me, that's my IP address right there. So if you tell them we are tracking your IP address and they're linked to your account, it's one more measure for them to be afraid of trying to cheat, which is a very good measure. Like, although Miltiades pointed out this is the getaway address, which is like it identifies the house of the student, but if we have multiple students in that house, there's no way of knowing. That's why the camera is also compulsory for the midterms and the exams. But if I see Dimitris Kyriakou being in that address, and then I see another student with the same IP address, well, automatically means Dimitris logged in from his house, from his same position to another account, to one of his friend's account. Therefore, automatically, I have the evidence of cheating. So it eliminates although I have the camera on, I can, if I have the username and password of my friend, I can log in and solve their test as well. This updates every 60 seconds. So if you're here during the test, you can actually see new entries being there, and you can catch somebody if they're trying to, cheat during the test in real time. If you tell them we are tracking IP addresses, although it's not actually fully, they're going to be afraid of it's another measure of them avoiding cheating. We are tracking your IP address. We can see if you logged into another account. That's true. We can see that. It's another measure of adding a layer of protection to the mind of the student, so they don't think that it's easy for them to fool us during the exam. All right, that's my tutorial for the first run. And another tutorial will follow up, which is going to demonstrate how we randomly assign questions on a test. Thank you very much.